Hi everybody, it's Sam at Mixed Up Craft. Thank you for watching my tutorial today. I've got something different. I'm going to show you my scrapbook layouts. So it's something I've done for many years, but I've never shared it on my YouTube channel. So today I thought I would. It may become a permanent thing, I'm not sure yet. See what you guys think. So today I'm using a picture of me and my sister. We were on a girly day out, and hi Tracy if you're watching. So I've just pulled out my papers from the July issue of Making Cards magazine, which I subscribe to. They do gorgeous papers every month, always fun and always very different, which is why I like the magazine so much. You sometimes get stamps, you sometimes get other art supplies as well, but 9 times out of 10 it's just a really nice paper pack, lots of inspiration and free downloads. So I've just gone through there and I'm choosing that really nice purple with the striped pattern, and then you get all those flowers as well. So yes, there is fussy cutting. You know I do love to fussy cut. It's my, people say therapy, so that's what I'm saying. It does, it just relaxes me. The card I'm using is the Papermania Colossal Collection, which I always use. It's a 12 by 12 pack. Because it's an A4 paper, I do have to cut it down, but I'm putting it into a 10 by 10 album. So these aren't your standard 12 by 12 layouts, they are smaller layouts, because I've done lots of big ones. Some of the ones we used to do as kids, every summer holiday, Mum and Dad would make us do a scrapbook layout. And we would fill those huge A3 scrapbooks. Anybody remember the really old ones? I mean, I'm talking early 1990s. So, in fact, I even started them in the 80s, the late 80s. So, yeah. So this is very small. So I'm trimming it down, I think it was 9 1/4 by 9 3/4 or 9 1/2. But it was just a fit because I've got the big binding clips in the 10 by 10 album, so you have to take that into account. So now I'm just going to have to trim that A4 piece from the magazine down slightly, and I just end up taking a little bit off from each end, so I'm not taking, so I want to keep that image balanced. I don't just want to take a huge chunk from one end. So I take about 3/4 of an inch off of each end just to give me that even image still. So you wouldn't think, I'm not losing too much. I can use those stripes again, those kind of strips, sorry, that I've just cut off there. So I just want to have it so that it sits, I think it's the 9 1/2 length there that I've got it. So it's in that portrait position. And I've got a little 3/4 of an inch, 1 inch overhang each side. I'm just trimming a little bit of the picture off there because there's just that grey dull background there, and then I'm going to frame my picture and layer it on top of the purple colour there as well. I was just deciding whether I wanted the purple over the white or the white over the purple, and I ended up going for the white over the purple. So I wanted to create like a Polaroid picture, so I do have a little bit of a white piece at the bottom. So it just was, the idea is where you would just write a little bit of journaling just to describe where you were or the date and things like that. I don't end up doing that on this layout, but it's just, I like that kind of look anyway. I've still got my old original Polaroid black instant camera as well, so I do like all the old vintage things like that. So, and I have taken pictures with that before as well, so I need to dig that out actually and start doing it again. I know there's all the modern ones, but I do love the old one. So now I'm just sticking it down onto that other kind of purple tone that I've got there, and then just framing that with about a 1/8 of an inch border all the way around. So you can see now I've got like a little Polaroid picture, and that will sit somewhere nicely on my page when I end up deciding. It does take me a while. So now fussy cutting. I do fussy cut all of these. I just watch TV and just really enjoy it. So it's, sometimes that's all I'll do. If I'm just wanting to craft or do something but I don't know what, I'll just go through some of my old magazines and fussy cut pieces. And look, as if by magic, I've done them all. I mean, that was just so quick. So it's time to kind of decide what I'm going to do. Now I'm sticking this down with my Tombow. You can use a strong, good, paper-friendly double-sided tape. And I just about go to stick this down and then realise, oh no, I need to do some stenciling, because I want to just have a nice bit of pattern. I don't just want that plain border. So you can see there, I just hover it over the top and then think, oh no, actually, I've got to remember I want to do this. So I'm just bringing in, this is a Stampin' Up polka dot background stamp. And then I've got some of my purple distressed oxide Tim Holtz ones there. I end up going for the seeded preserves and just coming in about an inch and a half on the right hand side there, and then again on the left. If you're working with stripes, flowers or polka dots, they all work well together. Stripes and polka dots are brilliant together. Flowers and stripes, flowers and polka dots, and then just why not do all three? But they always work really well, and you can even clash the colours. So if you're ever unsure and you're thinking, oh, it doesn't work, trust me, they do always look good. I mean, you've got the stripe here that has come in the magazine with the flowers against it. So yeah, I just thought I'm going to add some polka dots with this layout as well, and it works really nicely. So I've just done really randomly, like, you know, don't take too much care with this because most of it's going to be covered. The glue was still tacky, but I just went over it just a little bit there, just to make sure obviously it's not going to come off, and then just sit that back down in place with that kind of 3/4 of an inch to an inch of the polka dot showing there on each side, which you'll be able to see much better in the pictures. But yeah, I like things that are busy. I do simple things sometimes, but I am an OTT person when it comes to crafting. I like to add lots of embellishments and things like that. So yeah, I really enjoy doing this layout. So I'm just bringing in some washi tape now. Although there's stripes and flowers, I just felt that to the right hand side that it is kind of an empty space. So this is a purple polka dot one, and then I've got this white one with the silver hearts on it. And then the other one I bring in is the same collection, but it's with the chevron. These were inexpensive ones that I just picked up, so I just, you know, keep them in my stash. But silver works really well with purple, so that was my reasoning for that one as well there. Fold them in underneath, so it's all hidden away, you're not going to see any of that. And now when that picture sits to the right hand side, there's just not that kind of blank area, because that's where I decide to put my my kind of title for the page. So I've just got some double-sided foam. I just wanted to give some dimension to this layout, purely because the images are obviously flat because they are digital. So by lifting this picture up and then with the other bits I add later, it's just nice to have that dimension. I do stick with everything now really on the left hand side, and then on the right will just be my title. So you'll see that over the coming weeks with my pages. I guess I have got a style when it comes to them, so I'm just playing around now with where to position my fussy cut flowers. So they are really, really nice. I didn't want to lose the actual image as well in the background, so I was, cautious to not cover it too much, but at the same time just kind of have them sitting over the photo was what I wanted. I've got these silk leaves which I picked up from the range. It was just a bag for £1, I believe. They were again very inexpensive, but it needed, although there's lots of pattern and colour on this page, there was only very, very small bits of green, and I just wanted to kind of lift that a bit more, so that the green does work really, really well. So I do decide to keep that fussy cut image to the bottom left of the photo, but because the photo is lifted, I needed to put some foam dots on one part of that flower, and then you'll see here I'm gluing the rest, because the part that I'm gluing is what's going to stick actually onto the picture. So it just means that whole kind of piece there is level, and it's not kind of dipping down, because I've added that foam onto the other side of it now. So again, that's all lifted and the same height as the photo. So I finally made my mind up with that piece. Now I've got my plastic butterflies, which I love, my 3D butterflies, and I'm just kind of playing around. I end up keeping that one there that I just put to the top, but I like to I decide what colour I'm doing, and then I'll kind of go around my craft room and pull everything I've got of those colours that I want to use. So I have it all there in front of me, because I've made so many pages in the past, and then I've seen something afterwards and I thought, oh gosh, I wish I'd used that. So this way I find works really well for me. I've got this wood veneer smile, which I don't end up using. I just found it looked quite squashed and it got quite lost behind the pictures there. So I end up bringing in a Marianne Designs alphabet die that I've got, and some silver mirror card. Like I said before, silver and purple does work really well together. So I need to die cut it a few times to get the word sisters, which is what I end up going for the title of my scrapbook. So you can see there. And then I'm going to stick that to the right hand side of this layout. So it will end up running just above the washi tape, which you see now. It was a nice straight line, so it worked really well. I do move it around a little bit in a minute, just because I thought, well, maybe it might be a bit higher or lower, but I end up having it right in the middle there along the top of that washi tape. And I thought it worked really well in the end. So there you go, see I've decided where I'm going to keep it. And then just with my Tombow glue, I will get that all stuck down, and it just gives a nice bit of shine on that right hand side of the layout. So I was really pleased with that and just think it looks really nice and easy to do. And then I've got my glue gun on now to stick those silk leaves down, because obviously the material that they are, hot glue works best. And I'm just feeding them in under the picture there that I fussy cut, the image that I fussy cut, and I just think it just makes everything kind of lift and stand out that little bit more and break up some of that purple, because there obviously is a lot on this layout. So you can see now I've got a really nice cluster in the bottom left hand side, and I add in another little fussy cut picture there, and then I've just got those two at the top. So I still play around with the butterfly and end up going for it at the top, so it kind of balanced out that heavy cluster at the bottom. I don't go for the big one in the end, but I will keep them definitely for another layout or for another project, because they're gorgeous. So I'm finally deciding now where I'm going to keep everything. My butterfly gets stuck down just above our heads, but I like it there. I think it looks good, and it's everything on that left hand side, and it's balanced from the top and the bottom of that picture. Then I start bringing in some more dimension. So I've got these paper flowers from the Dovecraft Nature's Grace, and then I've got these tiny little dinky purple buds, which I purchased from a little independent shop in Ashburton in Devon, which we call Hobby Town. Me and my mother absolutely love it, and my sister Tracy, she loves it as well. And it's our little, we just adore that place. There in Totnes, they're our favourite kind of crafty havens in Plymouth, where we live. So I'm just sticking them down with my hot glue, and take off all those little strings there that you always get with your glue gun. And then I start bringing in the sequins as well, and that's all I'm really doing now, is just kind of really filling up that left hand side. You'd think it's full already. No, that's not. I need sequins, I need Nouveau drops, glitter, you name it, I love it. So that for me, that's where everything comes together. You've got to pack it in. It's all those little extras. It's like people say when you've got a nice dress on, it's the accessories that are kind of what bring it all together. And that's the same for me. These are my accessories. So I've got all the sequins at the bottom, pull them in at the top as well, and so I've got lots of shine going on there. And then you'll see now I bring in, I think it's the White Blizzard Nouveau drop that I use as well. This dries clear with a real nice sparkle in it. So again, it's just another texture. That's what I like. I like different textures. I've got the silk leaves, I've got the Nouveau drops, I've got the sequins, I've got the butterfly, I've got the paper flowers. There's so much. So there you have it. So I hope you've enjoyed watching my way of scrapbooking. I hope you enjoy this layout. Please comment, or I'd love to know what you think. Subscribe to my channel. If you click the little bell as well, then you'll get notifications when I upload a new video. But I do intend to keep this a regular thing, and I hope you agree and you enjoy it as well. So hit the thumbs up if you did, and subscribe to my channel to see more. Thanks for watching. Bye.